Hello everybody, and thanks for joining us again today. My name is Andrew and I'm with Pure Resonance Audio. Today we're going to do a quick guide on how to figure out where to place your speakers in a sound masking application. So in front of us today we have one of our rack mount amplifiers. This happens to be a RMA 120, 120 watt amp. These speakers are traditional in-ceiling speakers, 3-inch C3 micro ceiling speakers, which you would typically see in like a sound masking application. This is not the only speaker option for sound masking, but we sell a lot of these speakers for sound masking. So we get this question a lot. We get phone calls from people who are interested in a sound masking system, but they don't know where speakers are supposed to go. We're here to help you with that. If you have any design questions, you need us to look at a floor plan. If you have any specific questions on the system that you're interested on our website, reach out to us and we're happy to help. But today we're going to talk about speaker placements. When we're talking sound masking, what exactly is sound masking? So sound masking, what it does is increases the ambient noise in a space, which makes it harder to pick up on what's occurring around you. I've used this example in a previous video, but I'm going to give it again. A scenario that me and my wife often face is us being at home in the living room together. I go to the kitchen and turn on the kitchen sink. The water starts running. My wife starts talking to me while I'm standing there by the kitchen sink, and I can't hear what she's saying. I may not have a clue what she's saying, or I can hear a little bit of babble but not pick up on exactly what's being said. When I turn that kitchen sink off, I'm again able to hear what she's saying. So this is a silly example, but it's basically what sound masking is. It's increasing the ambient noise. I turn the water on, it increased the ambient noise. My wife's trying to talk to me over here. I'm having a hard time hearing that. So same thing in an office environment. Let's say you have an open common area and some surrounding private offices. Maybe there's an issue with conversations that are occurring in the private offices leaking out into the common space. That's a problem. Maybe there's some really private conversations. Maybe the CEO is having some really intense conversations that you don't want people outside of that room being able to pick up on. It's a valid concern. So this is when sound masking can come into play. So let's talk about placements. So in that scenario where you have a CEO where they're having important conversations that are leaking out into an open office area, you would want to place the speakers in that open office area. Increasing that ambient noise level will make it harder for those in that area to pick up on what's going on in the private office. Same example with the water, my wife being in another room. The sound masking was above me or near me, therefore it was hard for me to pick up on what was going on around me. A lot of people think, oh, I want to protect this space, this conference room, this private office. I'm going to put sound masking in this office. That's not necessarily the right way to go about it. That could be if you have neighboring offices that are leaking conversations. Then that would be a good idea to put sound masking in those offices that are near each other. But typically, if something is leaking out, you want to place the speakers in areas where you don't want those people to pick up on what's occurring. That's in its simplest form. If you have any other questions about this, anything that we can clear up for you, definitely reach out. We have an online chat. We have an email you can reach out to, sales@pureresonanceaudio.com. Reach out to us. We'll be happy to help. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, thanks for joining.